I am super excited about our next interview on What's Next. We welcome Scott Thwaites, who is the head of emerging markets at Tick-Tock Global Business Solutions. Now, I've been watching TikTok, and it's just absolutely fascinating to see the growth over the last few years and just what people are doing on TikTok. Scott, firstly, welcome to you. You're joining us from Dubai. How are you doing?
I'm really well, thank you. Incredibly surprised and happy to be with you today. So thank you for having me.
No, it's a great pleasure to have you. Look, when one thinks of TikTok, I'm thinking of Gen Z and millennials, and I'm thinking of them doing silly videos, but everybody's watching, so there's certainly a captive audience. And even when I think of Gen Z and I think of millennials and younger people, I'm out of that age category and I'm also watching TikTok videos. So there must be some kind of a business case for TikTok. And so I'm keen to chat to you about TikTok for business. What exactly is TikTok for business?
Ultimately, TikTok for Business is a platform to enable brands and marketeers access to our marketing product suite to drive meaningful engagements with our TikTok audience. So, depending on the marketing goals that a brand or marketeer might have, whether that might be brand awareness, for example, or lower funnel conversion, TikTok for Business is a platform to enable them to connect with the audience on TikTok in a really meaningful way.
Okay, so I mean, it's an interesting audience. I mean, I did mention that I watch TikTok, and I know quite a few people older than me as well. So there's actually a wide generational usage of TikTok. Who actually uses TikTok? Who are your main viewers?
TikTok has a really broad and diverse audience and user base in South Africa and across the globe. So many users, and you've mentioned it yourself, you're coming to the platform and consuming content, I guess, around your interest and passion points, whether that's around food, whether it's around comedy, whether it's around travel or sports, for example. There really is a diverse and broad range of users on TikTok and a diverse and broad range of content on the platform as well.
Now, when you look at South Africa, Scott, I mean, what is the reach in South Africa? How many users, how many viewers, how many videos are viewed in South Africa? Is TikTok big in South Africa?
It is, and we're not actually able to share specifics around the user base, but I'm really happy and proud to announce that in October 2021, on the global stage, we reached 1 billion monthly active users, which is incredible growth for the platform. And we're seeing that kind of growth in South Africa as well. So, really excited and really proud to reach that 1 billion monthly active user base, which we reached in October last year. But I'm not actually able to share specifics on the audience size in South Africa.
Okay, but I mean, still, that's a pretty significant milestone. Now,
Absolutely.
the platform's goal is to basically help online brands unleash their creative side. Now, is this right? And an e-learning center that teaches advertisers how to make ads on Ads Manager platform. So I guess that the whole platform is pretty intuitive.
It is, and the platform's there to really unlock the creative storytelling of brands. And TikTok is a platform that enables brands, and TikTok for Business is a platform that enables brands to connect with the audience in a really authentic way. And the best brands on TikTok are those brands that create ads that feel and look like TikToks. And it's a really simple process. So it breaks down to around 5 or 6 steps where brands and marketeers can come and choose their marketing goal. They can select their audience, they can set their budget, design their creative, and go live. And then following going live, they can measure the results of that through the platform as well. So it's a really intuitive platform for brands and marketeers to start driving meaningful engagement with their audience on the platform.
Why would you say that brands should move away from making ads to making TikTok videos?
I think as consumers and human beings, we've changed in the way that we consume content. And brands and consumers need to connect in a more authentic and a more real and more raw way. And TikTok's the perfect platform to enable that. So it very much is the most successful brands are those that are able to connect with brands in, or to connect to consumers, sorry, in a really authentic and creative way. It's very much about building an emotional connection between consumer and brand, and TikTok's the perfect platform for that to take place. And in order to take that to take place, it's not about an ad having a pushy messaging. It's about a brand having a voice and being able to unlock their creative storytelling selves to connect with that audience.
Now, does TikTok for business have analytics tools, for example? I mean, many businesses want to track their metrics. Are brands able to do this kind of thing and track their metrics on TikTok?
Absolutely. So there's a host of metrics that can be measured through the TikTok for Business platform, and that's something that's very top of mind for us. We have to focus on driving business impact for brands and for marketeers. Marketing's there ultimately to grow business, and in order to grow and expand on your marketing strategies, you've got to use metrics to empower and enable them learn and listen from that. So there's a host of metrics available in the platform which will help you analyze and really measure success based on what your marketing activity was there to achieve.
Okay, and Scott, in terms of TikTok, what actually works on TikTok? Is it the duration of the videos, or what type of content works? What would you advise brands in terms of what works on TikTok?
Yeah, I think we've always seen short form, and the nature of TikTok as a platform is around short form content. So that definitely is what's working. And as I mentioned, the most successful brands and the most successful content on TikTok is the localized relevant content and the content that's enabling brands to be their creative selves and to express themselves in a really creative storytelling way. So the platform hosts a diverse range of creative, and for brands to be able to tap into those relevant moments that might take place is a really authentic way for the creative to do really well on TikTok. And the brands that do that best are the ones that create creative, which doesn't feel like an ad, but it feels like just another TikTok. So as consumers are consuming content on the platform, they're still engaging and consuming that content that is essentially an ad, but it feels like just another piece of content on the platform.
Mm. Very interesting. And in terms of a limited age audience reach, does TikTok have such an limited age audience reach?
So TikTok is a platform for users 13 and above, and it has a really broad and diverse range of users based from an age demographic perspective. So it really is a platform for everyone. The user base is super diverse, the content is super broad and super diverse. So those that are coming to the platform to consume content around their interest and passion points, whatever that might be around, there's content and there's creativity on the platform to consume for them users.
Now, Scott, a lot of people say that, if you look at like beauty, for example, things like makeup are really big on TikTok. What would you say are some of the popular types of content? Or is it a case of making something weird and funny and hoping that goes viral? Because we've seen many of these viral videos on TikTok. I mean, what is the case of what's going to succeed, I guess, and what's going to get you the maximum exposure?
Yeah, it's the type of content on the platform is very broad, it's super diverse. And if we come into the South African market, a lot of the localized content with local relevance does really well. And that can be around anything. There's lots of learnings in regards to tips and tricks, and that might be around subject matters like makeup, as you've mentioned, or it could be around cooking or travel, it could be comedy, music. There's such a broad range of content, and very much of that content is educational. So the more localized and the more relevant, that's the content that does really well on the platform.
So, Scott, listen, as head of emerging markets at TikTok in the Global Business Solutions section, I mean, what are your favorites on TikTok? What do you love watching? I mean, who do you follow on TikTok out of interest?
Travel content is definitely something that I consume. Comedy content is also something that I love to consume on the platform, as well as I enjoy cooking. So recipes and that kind of food talk kind of content is also something that I love to consume. And I'm also very big into my fitness and in my health. So that's another content category that I like to consume. And TikTok is less about following people for content. The algorithm, the power of TikTok is really around the surfacing of content which is relevant to me as a user. So it really is about coming to the platform, discovering and allowing the algorithm to learn what is great content and relevant content for me as an individual.
Absolutely fascinating. Scott Thwaites, who is the head of emerging markets at TikTok Global Business Solutions. Thank you for joining us on What's Next and sharing fascinating insights about TikTok. And
Well,
thank you for joining us, Scott.
thank you so much for having me. An absolute pleasure. Thank you.